All right, settle down. Uncle Bob's here, and today on Books I Will Never Read Again, we're digging up something truly special. A relic from 1994 called Unnatural, Techno-Theory for a Contaminated Culture. Yeah, I know, some real galaxy brain stuff. My job is to figure out what these goofballs were smoking and if there's a single coherent thought in this whole pile of garbage. Let's get into it.
All right, you knuckle draggers, get a load of this thing. Unnatural, Techno-Theory for a Contaminated Culture. Seriously. It looks like one of those impossible video games you'd find in a bargain bin, you know? The one with the cover art that promises dragons and space battles, but the game is just a broken spreadsheet. Well, I'm blowing the dust off this cartridge. Let's plug this disaster in and see what happens. All right, first things first. Press start to cringe. Every game has a main menu, right? For a book, that's the cover and the table of contents. This is where we figure out if we're in for a good time or if we're about to download a virus directly into our brains. My money's definitely on the virus.
So, let's check out the features list on the back here. You ready for this? Surgical cannibalism. What in the hell is that? Is that when you eat your doctor after a triple bypass? Then we got metastatic fields. Is that a farm that's spreading uncontrollably? And my absolute favorite, mucilaginous phones. Slimy phones. Finally, someone is tackling the real problems of our time, you absolute nitwits.
And here it is, folks. The whole book in one picture. On the one hand, you've got this super edgy, try-hard topic, surgical cannibalism. Ooh, scary. And on the other hand, in their own table of contents, it's a little hamburger icon. A hamburger? It's like a goth kid trying to look tough while his mom is in the background offering him a juice box. These aren't philosophers. They're piss clowns who just figured out what clip art is. Okay, let's get into the first level of this nightmare, the jargon jungle. We're going to try to hack our way through an essay called Cyberpositive. The mission, should you choose to accept it, is to find a single sentence that makes any sense. Spoiler, we're going to fail. Okay, listen to this. I'm going to read this word for word. Catastrophe is the past coming apart. Anastrophe is the future coming together. Just let that marinate for a second. The sheer profundity. I think my third eye just opened. Or maybe that's an aneurysm. I'm not sure.
So, what does that even mean? I'll translate it for you. Sometimes bad stuff happens, and sometimes good stuff happens. That's it. They just invented a word, anastrophe, to sound smart. Give these cheese blockheads a Nobel Prize. They've discovered that things occur. What a breakthrough for all mankind, you bicycle seat sniffers. Oh, you thought that was dumb? Strap in. Capitalism is not a human invention, but a viral contagion. Whoo, spooky. Replicated cyber-positively across post-human space. What does that even mean? It's like they just threw a bunch of cool-sounding words into a blender and hit frappe.
So, capitalism is a computer virus from the future. Is that what you're saying? It's like the flu, but it makes you buy sneakers. Got it. Absolutely brilliant stuff. What a bunch of crusty bozos. Okay, maybe the essays are just garbage. Let's try level 2, A Town Called Glitch. This is a short story they included called All Dead 178. And let me tell ya, it's not a story. It's like a broken video game quest where all the characters just walk into walls and say random nonsense things. It's a total train wreck.
So here are the plot points. Just listen. The burgomaster strokes the leg of the woodpecker. Normal stuff. The lady teacher urinates. Great, thanks for that update. The doctor runs over a woodpecker, so I guess we're anti-woodpecker in this town. Then the judge asks the doctor, why do you die? And the grand finale, the postman and the shoemaker dance, while the hostess chews cheese. Shakespeare, eat your heart out.
What is happening? Seriously, can anyone tell me? Is this avant-garde literature, or did the author just have a seizure on their keyboard? It makes absolutely no sense. It's like they transcribed a fever dream.
But don't you worry, it all comes together with a shocking twist. The big reveal. The whole point of the story is revealed in this one incredible line. Are you ready? The postman is an organism. Oh, thank God they cleared that up. Phew. For a second, I was worried he was a filing cabinet. Or maybe a mailbox. But an organism? Well, that explains everything. It all clicks into place now. The cheese chewing, the dancing, all of it. You absolute God-tier morons.
All right, deep breaths, everyone. We've made it to the final boss, the big one. A little something called the Cyber Feminist Manifesto. Get ready for some serious 90s attitude. This is where the book puts on its leather trench coat and sunglasses and tells you it can hack the planet. Okay, here we go. Let me get my hacker voice on. Ahem. We are the virus of the New World Disorder, rupturing the symbolic from within, saboteurs of Big Daddy Mainframe. Woohoo! Big Daddy Mainframe! I'm shaking in my boots. You just know they wrote this in a dark room with green text scrolling down the screen.
So let's break that down. Term: Big Daddy Mainframe. Definition: what happens when a punk-ass nerd watches The Matrix one too many times and thinks they're Neo? It's the lamest possible name for the man. Just pathetic.
So, how do we take down Big Daddy Mainframe? What's the master plan? Well, it's simple really, right here in black and white. Quote, "The clitoris is a direct line to the Matrix." I'm just gonna leave that there for a sec.
That's right, people. Cancel your internet service. Forget fiber optics. This is the future of telecommunications right here. Who knew? What in the world are these people on about? Buzz off, you silly goose. And that's it. Game over, ma'am. We're done. My brain hurts, my eyes are bleeding. Let's wrap this thing up and give it a final score. My final verdict on this absolute train wreck?
But before I give the final score, just a quick lightning round of other chapter titles from this masterpiece. We've got Burger King, we've got one just called Lies, and my favorite, No, 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 There's No Limit. The stupid is truly, truly limitless here.
Okay, the final score. For Unnatural, I'm giving it a 0. A big fat 0 out of 10. It's unplayable. The story makes no sense. The language is a nightmare, and it's a complete and total waste of time. Do not read this book. Ever.
Let me sum it up for you. This isn't a book. This is a cry for help typed on a keyboard that's absolutely covered in Cheeto dust. It's the manifesto of a madman.
So I'll leave you with one final question. Was this book profound techno-theory, or was it just the sound of a dial-up modem screaming in pain? Yeah, I think we know the answer to that one. I'm Uncle Bob. Thanks for suffering through this with me. Now get out of here.